You may remember this piece from one of the cigar ashtrays that I started, and I stopped because it had too many voids in it, and I didn't think I was going to be able to complete it successfully, leaving a ridge at the top for the cigars to sit on. But it turns out it's just about the right size for what I want to do with it because I'm not going to be taking hardly anything off of the top. I'm going to leave it really flat. So I've got it chucked back up and I'm going to begin the process of turning the face down. But before I do that, I need to do some work on the bottom and make sure that the mortise is right for the chuck. So here I'm using my homemade mortise tool that I use when I've got a piece between centers. It lets me bypass the live center well enough. So I'm making sure the bottom is flat and I make sure I've got a good dovetail. Now I've got it where I want it. So I can take it out from between centers, turn it around and chuck it up. And here I'm facing off the surface. After I get through facing off the surface and I make sure it's flat enough for what I want, I don't know why my audio reset. I didn't realize it wasn't recording audio, so I had to do a little quick voiceover. So there's a reason that I've been fussing with this to get it so flat. I wanted to get as much tear out as I could. It's going to be hollow from about here in. And I need to sand this because I'm going to do something special to the front of this mesquite. But before I do that, I've got to do a little bit of filling in a couple of these cracks. So check this out. Okay, I want to sand this up a little bit. Alright, that's 320. That's good enough for now. Now it's time to take it to the laser. First thing I want to do now is I want to cut a mortise in this so I can turn it around and finish the bottom. Yep, that's running nice and true. Alright, I want to bring these in very, very gently and then finish this shape. I don't really want to fill these, but I may not have much choice. I don't want to go any thinner on the edge. I want a nice gentle curve right there, and now that's what I've got. It's just almost flat. Got a little bit of a hump right there, so I need to come out a little more with my scraper. So that'll do, donkey, that'll do. I get set up for this next part, and I'll come back. I want to get my Dremel and clean this bug stuff up, and then I will begin the process of filling these voids with epoxy. I just have to figure out what color I want to use. So this process is pretty much going to look like this. So this is not going to be a fast process. I'll take it off the lathe, build my dams for my epoxies, and then it's a matter of just waiting for it to cure. So I may show some of that, we'll see. But now I need to prepare. Well, I think I mixed it too thin, I got way too much color in there. But this is how it's going to go. We'll see what happens. We'll let that sit. I'll keep checking it. It may be tomorrow before it's dry. Most likely I will take this out of the chuck to do all the rest of this. But that's how it's going to go. No point in showing you all of that. So I mixed up some epoxy. I took it off the lathe. I've got this one. That came out nice. That was the one I filled yesterday. And I made some hot glue dams and some more tape dams. And I've filled all of these voids that are at this surface that I can do. This will be one day, this will be one day, and this will be one day. So I've got several days yet of filling to do, but this is how it's going to go. So in a few days when this is all cured, then I'll come back, we'll put it back on the lathe, and off we go. Okay, it's been a few days, and I've got most of these holes and voids taken care of, I think. I'm going to take it kind of slow because of the hot glue. I don't want to get it hot, but I want to get it off. I'm going to have to do some additional filling. I thought I had enough of that done. I don't want to take this any smaller if I don't have to. That's perfect. I love this shape. Now I will get back to filling. I'll get some more resin put in here. It's probably going to take me another couple of days. I'll be back. Okay, I've got the repairs made. It's opening up a new one. Well, now I have to Dremel those out and fill them. Back to the drawing board. I finally got all the holes filled to my liking, but I keep chasing this and chasing it, and there's a point where you just got to say okay and accept what you got. That was 320. When I get up through 600, I'll come back. Mylan sanding sealer. Give you idea of what this is going to look like when it's done. Now that the outside's done, I'm going to turn the inside. I'm going to start thick and come back. I want to make it cut under, and I don't want to lose a whole lot of this, but I don't want it to be extremely heavy either. The one I did last year, if you remember, for SWAT, it was really big. I mean, it was really heavy because I left it real meaty. I'm gonna probably have to leave this one meaty too, but let's see what we can do. I'm just hogging stuff out for now. I can go a little bit deeper. I do want to undercut this, so I think I'm going to undercut it at the bead. Got a bit of a hump. I want to just blend it in. I'm actually quite happy with that. All right, let me get ready to sand this up and I'll come back. I already sanded the outside to 240. So I'm going to take the inside up to 240 and then we will sand the whole thing. But as usual, I'm not going to show you all this sanding, but I will show you what it's going to look like. So that's the process. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep sanding this, and I will sand this bead pretty much by hand. So when I get it all sanded, I'll come back. And that's 600. Now I got to figure out how to turn it around and finish the bottom. Using my vacuum chuck, I think that'll be fine. I basically just want to blend this bottom in and get everything nice and smooth, and then I'll laser my logo at the bottom and we can call this baby done. I'm just going to use my scraper. Okay, I got the issues filled and sanded back again. So now it's time to take this over to the bench and spray the finish on it. We'll come back when it's done. Well, here it is, all done. I think it came out really pretty. Again, I did not use Lichtenberg on this. I used my laser. I still need to buff the inside, and I need to buff the back as well. But all in all, I'm really happy with it. I didn't use lacquer this time. That's my typical go-to finish. Deft. Deft is getting harder to find, and it's unbelievably expensive when you can't find it. So I tried a new product. It's a gloss enamel by Rust-Oleum called 2x gloss, or 2x ultra. That's what it is, 2x ultra, and it works well. I mean, I like it because it's a pure clear. It doesn't change the color of the wood at all. If you don't mind an amber than polyurethane, you can use water-based poly and it'll keep the color natural. But I've not been terribly satisfied with water-based poly finishes, although I do use them once in a while. So there it is, all done. If you've been following my shorts, you've noticed I've been turning a few critters of late. Those are going to be centerpieces for the dinner table at a symposium that I'm going to in a few months. Our woodturning club well, basically we're responsible for providing those centerpieces. They will be given away. I haven't been recording them because I've been wanting to just knock them out. I think I will record one, the next one I do, just to show you. It's good skew practice, and if everybody needs to know how to use a skew, and you just got to teach yourself, like I did years ago. But the more you practice, the better you get. So I'll be showing that, and I'm not sure what he's going to look like yet, but I'm going to turn a critter. I appreciate y'all watching. As always, I appreciate your patience and waiting for me to get videos up. I've just been busy trying to get this stuff knocked out and working on this bowl. It took numerous days to fill these. I've typically don't fill bug holes anymore, but this one was pretty enough that I thought it warranted it. But some of these weren't bug holes. These two over here were natural inclusions. So just filling these took nearly a week. So otherwise this would have been done last week. Enough rambling from the fat boy. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe. Keep turning. Y'all come back.